Who is worse, evil person or stupid person? What's up, good people? So check this out. So I get sent stuff in the through my DMs, email, Facebook. I just recently opened a Facebook, but I get sent things all the time, and I'm responding to this video that someone sent me about a lady. I believe she's in Pennsylvania. Gets pulled over, and the officer suspects her of a drug transaction with her son. I'll let the video speak for itself. Y'all check this out.
There you go.
Bianca, are you still living on Allenview?
Yes.
Okay. What were you doing over in New Cumberland right over there?
Dropping my son off.
Okay. What'd you hand off to the gentleman that walked in the house?
His coffee cup.
His coffee cup?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm tired of him leaving his mess in my car.
Okay. All right. You have anything illegal in the car?
You want to search it?
I mean, if you let me search it. If you want to let me.
Like, what do y'all think we did a transaction or something?
Well, that's what it looked like.
Because we're black?
No.
So
I couldn't see the car you wanted to take $2.
okay,
anyway.
so exactly. So, but it looked like we were doing a drug transaction.
Yeah, so you pulled up, he came out,
Doing a drug transaction.
Yeah. He came out, you handed something to him, he walked back in the
No,
house.
you missed
We're not
it.
going to argue about it.
I came from this way.
Huge mistake. Huge mistake. He says you don't have any crack in the car. Why would it be crack? Why would you say crack?
Dropped him off to his house.
Okay.
He left his cup here. He left his cup here because I'm tired of his shit being in my car. I beeped the horn, gave him his cup. I beeped the horn, gave him his cup.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. Do you have anything illegal in the car?
No.
Okay. You don't have any crack?
I don't.
Weed?
Sir, I'm a fucking business owner.
There are moments so routine, so unremarkable, that you wouldn't think to remember them. You drop your kid off, you say goodbye, you drive away. That's it. That's the whole story. For Bianca, a 55-year-old black business owner from Pennsylvania, that's exactly what that March morning was supposed to be. She had driven her son Anthony home. He climbed out of the car and walked back inside his house. Simple. Done. Except he left his coffee cup in her car. She beeped the horn. He came back out. She handed it to him.
Okay. Now, this is the part I have an issue with. Well, I'm going to ask some public. What do y'all think? What do you think is worse? A stupid person or an evil person? Is a stupid person more dangerous than an evil person? Please, put it in the comments, please. Let me know which one is worse, evil or stupid. I'm going to tell you what's worse than that. Now, a stupid person can never be convinced otherwise of what they believe. If they have personal convictions about people or certain things, they stuck on it no matter what. This is where the issue comes. Now, some of the questions he asked, some people may say is routine. You have anything illegal in the car? You have any of this? You have any of that? Whatever. This is a lady in the daytime with her son. Clearly, she doesn't look like she's on crack. Does it look like she's high? Is there any residue inside the vehicle? Did you check the condition of the driver? Does she look like she is, fidgety? Does she show you signs and symptoms of a person that's using drugs? Any baggage on the dashboard? Any residue on her lip? Anything at all? Give me something. He has nothing. He has nothing. If it's not there, let it go. This is where stupidity takes over. Could he be evil? Maybe. But I think he's more stupid than he is evil. I really do. This is where the distrust of the public comes. This right here. Stupid. You know what makes it even worse? Evil or stupid. You add one more element to this, and it makes it even more unsafe for the public. You can apply this to anything. A stupid or an evil person with power. A stupid or evil person with a symbol or some semblance of authority. If it's not there, let it go. Don't try to make it fit. Now, I can say this with full confidence because it happened to me before, more than once. I had an officer pull me over and think there was something going on, and he tried to confirm his narrative through other things. He was just trying to make up the rest. He didn't know what to do. He was lost. And the quieter I got, the worse it got. Now, for him, the problem comes when these kind of things happen. Some people just don't know what to do afterwards. Now, traffic stop has happened. What he did, he suspected something nefarious in their transaction, which it was not. I don't hear him say anything in regards to, hey, it looks like you're high. I see a baggie in the floorboard. There's nothing else to corroborate what his suspicions appear to be. Nothing. There's nothing else there. So if you don't have it, let it go. But this is where some police run into a problem. This is where the distrust comes. Because you think something's going on, you automatically have in your mind there's something nefarious going on. But it could be routine activity. They do that, and they try to confirm in their mind that something illegal is going on, even when it's not. That's when it goes bad. Now, because she is cooperative, well, she's not really quiet, but she's very articulate. She's asking legitimate questions, and it exposes him. Now, let's say she goes to internal affairs and tries to file a complaint. Most of the time, when people file a complaint, they don't know what to address. What the police officers look for, or the police chief, or internal affairs, or whatever they may call it, they have different names for them. They're all like internal affairs or internal investigations that are designed to investigate their own. Now, I'm going to tell you something that most people don't know, is that whenever a police department investigates themselves, if there's liability attached to it, where if you're on duty, it's something they do on duty, they do their very best to cover it up. You know why? Because it's liability. Now, off-duty situations, that could be nothing to it. They'll try to take a jackhammer to that. Any situation that is off-duty, they take a jackhammer to that because there's no liability to the city. It could be something small. On duty, you can damn near do anything almost. They're going to do their best to cover it up. If it's on duty, but I know at least 2 guys that have been arrested, indicted, in jail, police, and they still at work. Yeah, still at work. Now, on-duty situation. Off-duty situation, they take a jackhammer to it. Now, that's a whole nother story, but I'll tell you this. For this lady, if she does not know what to address in an internal affairs complaint, it doesn't go anywhere. Because the city, county, or state, whoever this guy works for, this officer works for, they'll do their best to cover it up on duty. And how they fix it is to give them a little training, a little verbal judo, some sensitivity training, some other bullshit they give them, right? Just to cover it up, say, hey, we addressed it. But most people don't follow through. They don't. That's how they're able to get past all that, because it's never followed through. The right things are not said. And most people, when they write those statements and making a complaint, they write from emotion and being upset. But the true facts are they're looking for violations of their own policies, violations of the 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 4th Amendment. They're looking for violations of that. And if you can't articulate that, then they really don't have nothing. You could just be a mad person and you just don't know what to do. But I'm telling you, in my personal opinion, to answer my own question, what is more detrimental to the community, a stupid person or evil person? Now, evil person, in my opinion, is evil, and you kind of know they're evil. You kind of know how to address that. But a stupid person, there's no reasoning with a stupid motherfucker. It's just not. It's not. And you put a badge or a title like president, police, chief, or a lawyer, or look, a title doesn't change you for being a jackass. It does not. Just like money doesn't make you a better person. It does not. It makes you more what you already are. You're an asshole, yeah, and you're stupid, yeah, you might check off a lot of boxes when you're working, or you may apply for a job and you look good on paper, but your naivety in the streets is dangerous for those who don't know. A rookie police that doesn't really know the streets, that only deals with his own kind and only talks to his own kind, is a lost police. I'm telling you. The worst thing you could do is bring a police that doesn't understand certain kind of neighborhoods, certain kind of streets, and drop them off in there. Because the police are trained to win fights, not avoid them. You hear what I said? Police are trained to win fights, not avoid them. That's where the problems come, right? And if it's something that happens on duty and it's a liability to the city, the state, or county, depending on what jurisdiction they're in, they do their best to cover it up. And that is a fact. That is a fact. even when all this is over, they put it on TikTok, Instagram, everybody's mad saying the guy got fired. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. This thing will fade and there'll be something else coming up, right? But yeah, putting on social media is cool, but it's everybody just talking. Half the people that's talking don't even live there. They don't. So us talking about it does nothing. Does nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some damn good police, some badass police. Some of them that don't even look like me, and some of my trust in my life. There are some badass police that really do good shit, and they're good police there for the right reasons. So the good police have no problem with what I'm saying right now because they don't want to be attached to an ignorant, stupid motherfucker like that. They don't. They don't. He's an idiot, right? That is a dangerous person. A dangerous person is a stupid person with authority. Dangerous. And you better not argue with him. That's why I give you other videos about, hey, even if he is wrong, he or she is wrong, they pull you over, do not argue. Do not argue. You handle that in court because it'll go from the initial traffic stop, the reason for the traffic stop, to you resisting, and the whole story will be about you resisting. Every situation you see about somebody saying, hey, the police mistreated him or something along the lines of, hey, they violated his rights, and he starts arguing, fighting, and bucking, and they put him in jail for resisting. Once they put the resistance on you, man, the rest of it don't even matter. It does not even matter. And you'll see those cases disappear. The football player is in Florida. Same thing, disappeared. The young guy in might have been in Florida. They punched in the face because he was reaching down and he wouldn't open the door and all. Don't hear about it anymore, right? All those cases disappear. You know why? Because in the end, sooner or later, the lawyer realizes that, hey, you messed up. You messed up. You start resisting and not complying, it changes the game. That's why it's so important. When you deal with a stupid person with authority, you shut up. Not you kissing the ass. That's just not the time and place to do it. The most dangerous person, in my opinion, and I answer myself for my followers, is a person with authority that is stupid. One that doesn't understand the streets, one that does not understand what's going on. So, and I'll give you another part of this. The police job is not really a profession. They try to make it a profession because they need more officers. And the kind of people they hire now probably wouldn't have made it in the 80s and 90s of getting recruited. They probably wouldn't have. Right now, it's about a job. And you got a lot of schoolboys and schoolgirls out there, Boy Scout kind of people. So they have this image, the reputation they're trying to keep, right? And that part can be dangerous. Or you get some of them that want to make a name for themselves, right? And those are dangerous officers too. But don't get me wrong, this is not to any officer in particular. This is not to bash any officers because I've been one for 30 years, right? So I'm telling you that I know for a fact on-duty situations are covered up because it's liability to the city, state, or county, depending on the department that particular officer works for. Other part of it is this. You have a stupid officer that makes mistakes, and if you make a complaint, if you don't articulate it correctly and address the violations specifically, you just talk about what he said, she said, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. There's a specific way it has to be written. That's how they get past it because most people don't know what to do. You can put it on TikTok, Instagram, and all this bullshit, but at the end of the day, if you don't say the right thing, it really doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of people talking. It means nothing. If you don't put it on paper, you don't say the right thing, doesn't matter. If you resist, doesn't matter. When you do like this lady, she got a chance to get it right because she was articulate. She's a businesswoman. She had legitimate questions. And this guy was absolutely accusatory right off the top. Right off the top. And how they may fix it is some training, sensitivity, couple days off, put him with somebody for 4 or 5 months, work with somebody, monitor him for a little while, get right back on the street. Wait 4 or 5 months, the shit over with, everybody forget about it. Be a whole nother thing going on. Be the draft. The draft is something will come up and people just think about that, right? So yeah. But y'all let me know. I know I'm a country boy and I talk fast and I speak very quickly. So let me know if I talk too fast because that's something natural for me. I think it's a genetic thing in my family. We speak very quickly. Let me know. I'm not sure how it comes across on the video all the time. Things I want to point out. The most dangerous person is a stupid person with authority, right? You can apply that at your job, the United States of America, other countries, anything where a person is stupid and has authority, they cause havoc and they cause trouble wherever they go. And that's not to a particular party, Democrat, Republic, nothing like that. That's anybody in a position that's stupid and has authority can cause a lot of problems. And that is a fact. They can cause a lot of problems. So that's one part of it. Other part of it is this. If you don't articulate it correctly, the police department, depending on the jurisdiction of that police officer, will try to cover it up. They do their best to cover it up because of liability. But you can do a lot of things on duty that you can't do off duty. Trust me. Trust me. And the problem is when you have an officer that's caught up in his own personal convictions and he thinks something is wrong, it's going to aggravate the shit out of you because I'm telling you, they could be all the way wrong. They can create a situation. But this is the thing about anything in law enforcement. If it's there, it's there. And anybody I ever trained before, and I've trained several, like I never even counted that many guys, men and women I've trained, but I would tell them, if it's not there, let it go. If you have a question about it, let it go. Unless you don't know, unless you know for sure, don't deal with it because that's when you get into trouble. You start digging and pushing and trying to add stuff and make up stuff, and you're reading. If you don't have it figured out, leave it alone. If you don't know anything about the streets, let it go. Let it go. Another example. They have a thing called taxation by citation. Some people don't realize that there are times that city council members will make city ordinances that benefit them because the tickets and citations that are written in that particular city is revenue for that city. You think about anything that's associated with any kind of crime that's underground. When I say underground, I mean crime that's associated with cash. The way the city taxes them is through citations. So if you have manifestation of drugs, manifestation of prostitution, all those are violations of the 14th Amendment. And it just got cleared June of 2025. Now, I would tell you there are several people involved in this, and I'm not going to get into too much detail. If you want to know, I can give you the documentation to show you how it goes. But I want to explain this to people who don't know. Manifestation charges, the way they write them, it makes a rookie police officer believe he's solving crime. But he's really not. There's elements of that that have to be presented. And those elements are not always there. So you could drive through a neighborhood where they're selling drugs, get pulled over, and they'll write your ticket for it. But the reality is those citations are made for people who operate in cash. It's really about taxation by citation. The rookie police don't know about it. They think it's something going on. They really don't know, think they're solving crime. They really ain't solving shit. Because the real big people's doing it, not even outside. Not outside. You're not outside. So you got strip clubs, you got Freaknik, you got Spring Break, you got all this stuff. This stuff goes on year round. Year round. So how do you write them people tickets? Okay. So that point I wanted to make at the very end. Taxation by citation. Even in traffic stops. You see traffic officers on motorcycles, you only see them in the daytime. You know why? Because in the daytime, that's when all the people who's working going to work. They write all the people that's going to work writing tickets. They used to have these red light cameras where if you ran a red light, they write a ticket to you and you got to go pay it. If not, they had this thing called scofflaw where you wouldn't be able to register your car. Now, that only affected the people who register their cars. The people who have stolen cars or put a towel on the license plate, or they just don't register their car at all. You don't know who it is. They gone. They're free. Who do you write the ticket to? You don't know who the car belongs to. They had to stop that too. So I'm telling you, it's all about the money. At the end of the day, taxation by citation, all about the money. You got some rookie police that believe they know what's going on. They really don't. Think they're solving crime? They ain't solving shit. No. Stupid person that has some semblance of authority and watch what he does. He or she be a fool. They do the most. And the worst thing you could do is fight back at that moment. Wait. Let them talk themselves into trouble. The same thing is true for a civilian when they get pulled over. If you talk too much, you can get yourself in trouble. The same thing is true for a police officer. Just know that. If you talk too much, you start giving them information, they try to dig at it. Now, he said a whole lot of things I think were just flat out stupid. But did he really violate her? Not quite. Did he shine a negative light on the department? Yeah, for sure. Might be some general orders or some policy violations there. But the only way those things get documented is if you document them correctly. Now, if you want to know how to document them correctly, send me a DM, and I'll make a video on how to do that too. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Who is worse, evil person or stupid person? Evil or stupid? Let's take the authority part of it because either one of them with authority is trouble. Anyway, y'all, please let me know. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everybody. I'm trying to do my best to get the information out the way I can. All this stuff is free that I give to you, and some people can call me directly, and I give them all the game that I can give them. All right? Y'all take care. Peace.
So